Hey folks, Crazy Climber here again, and this time we're going to look at a game called Strato Fighter, and I think this is also called RAIGA STRATO FIGHTER. But this is a cool shooter by Tecmo in 1991, I believe, and it was suggested by YouTube user Joey Ford. But it's a very cool scrolling, both vertically and horizontally scrolling shooter. Mostly horizontally scrolling. But it's very cool. There are a ton of cool power-ups you can pick up. And if you die, you still get a little bit of power-up for your ship. Here's the boot-up screen. I think the first time that you boot up, that the test screen just kind of hangs there, and you have to reset, and then it'll skip that. Yeah, I've never seen this in the arcades. Yeah, this was created in 1991. It's really cool. I like it. The first two levels are fairly easy compared to most shooters around the time. I mean, Tecmo didn't really have a whole lot of super noticeable shoot 'em ups, and this, I would guess, didn't draw a ton of notice in the arcades, but it's really quite a good shooter. Yeah, you have to collect a shield in order to survive even little bullets from the enemies. And to equip your shield, you have to collect 3 shield power-ups. We'll go ahead and get started in just a little bit. But I believe that spells RAIGA in the Japanese kanji there. We'll go ahead and get started. Launch! It's a really stupid old show called Far Out Space Nuts in the 70s, and there would be a button on the space shuttle that they were on, and it said launch, and they thought it said lunch, so they just sat down to eat, and they get blasted off into space. Just a really stupid show. And there are a couple of the power-ups. The power-ups include, and there are other ones later on, there's a speed up, there's an ion laser, there is something that's called, I think it said beam, and it's spelled B-E-E-M, but it's like an option clone, and that's what I have right now. I have an extra guy that's shooting when I shoot. You have a button that allows you to face the other direction, like there. You just flip 180 degrees. Kind of like the old classic Section Z, if I remember correctly. But it's not super useful early on in the game, but later on you'll definitely want to use it. Yeah, the first and second level are not really that hard, especially compared to a lot of other shoot 'em ups at the time. At the third level, they really start to nail you with increased difficulty. But yeah, you can really power up your ship quickly, and you can pick up plenty of weapon ups. There'll be ships that you can destroy to get it, or to get an power up or speed up or whatever. And there's more. And sometimes there will be little gray boxes you can shoot, and you'll collect the power-up from that. Now we're going to face our first boss. The bosses, especially early on, are a snap. Just watch out for those missiles, get out of the way, and then get in place so where you can shoot the parts of the boss. And just remember that when his middle is exposed, he'll fire a cannon at you, or fire a big old series of lasers. Just get out of the way. And then go back to the other side and shoot the middle of the boss again. And that's easy as that. I like this game. It's kind of cool. And to see the true ending, you need to beat the game once and play through again. And we'll look at the true ending later on. Here is Stage 2. Stage 2 does pick up the difficulty. As long as you can hold on to these weapon ups, you can sure last a long while. I mean, they are very handy. There's a vertical, there's a solid, there's a spread gun, there's homing missiles. The vertical allows for vertical powered up shots. I really like the power-ups in this game. Yeah, I'd never heard of this in the arcades, and only recently heard of it for the first time through a request by Joey Ford. Just a couple more shields. Now I have my shield power-up, and you can see it on my ship. Now that shield will not necessarily protect you from the enemies. They can protect you from shots, and there will be three hits you can take with that shield of shots. But just run into an enemy and you can just blow right up, whether you have the shield on or not. Well, I hope you are getting the full Labor Day weekend off. I am. I am going to spend tomorrow and Monday barbecuing burgers on my patio. And I'm not just going to do any burgers. I'm going to do I'm going to try my hand at pizza burgers. Got plenty of pizza sauce and cheeses, and throw some grilled onions and pepperoni and ham on. But it's going to turn out pretty good. The giant ship that we're flying around, you can blast parts of it off. It'll be the boss. They tell you that it's just a Stage 2 boss, but they don't tell you the name of the boss like they do in, say, the Darius games. You can get your option guys to do some damage for you. They can sit right there in front of the ginormous blaster there and not not be destroyed. Or maybe that's the ship's engines. Now we just have to destroy this part here. And it's useful to use your flip button to go around and destroy one side, or try to destroy one side and then fly around and try to take on the other side. I'm not usually particularly great at shoot 'em ups, but I've gotten better over the years, and I did pretty well on this one for a while. But then the difficulty really ratchets up on the third stage. There's a total of 6 stages. Kind of like that you get to fly by the enemy as it blows up. And here is Stage 3. Yeah, like I said, the difficulty really starts to ratchet up here. One of my least favorite enemies in the whole game is makes its debut on this stage. These guys. If your weapon isn't strong enough, if your weapon ups aren't strong enough to take out these guys within a couple seconds, they are gonna harass you and annoy the shit out of you. But again, even if you die, and every time that you die, you just pick right up where you left off. You get a little bit of power up to your ship. Not a whole lot, but a little. Ah, crap. Yeah. I really hate those guys. Those giant worm things. See, I've got a little bit of a power up. Yikes. And they just keep... A couple of them will come out of the same spot. But I really hate those friggin' guys, and they just turn around and slam into me. Shit. So annoying, I hate those guys. Now we've got these killer bubbles. Killer bubbles. It makes me laugh when there's a game that has killer bubbles in it. It's like, why would bubbles be dangerous? They had those in Kid Nicky. I was just like, are you kidding me? See that blue ship up there? It acts as a smart bomb if you can shoot it enough and destroy it. I wasn't able to shoot it enough here. But keep that in mind. It'll blow up all the enemies on screen if you can destroy it. Crap. Ran out of room. Now I've got homing missiles. And then there's these jellyfish that keep coming out of this hole here. They will not stop. Keep that in mind. So just go through when you can. Yikes. And turn around if you need to, and you probably will need to. At least I'm done with those stupid worms harassing me. Those are a pain in the ass. Oh! Speak of the devil! Shit! I hate those guys. You have to have a really good weapon up to destroy these guys quickly. I don't quite have it. But boy do I hate these guys. Well, now the boss is gonna annoy me. Or is he gonna be a snap like the last couple of bosses? This wall will disintegrate, so I won't die moving up or down. Yeah, you'll die if you touch a wall. Even if you have a shield on. Instant death. And here is definitely where you want to use the turnaround button. You can get behind this guy and you'll need to shoot that white, blue, or red orb in the back. And then just fly around it when you can, and then wait, when it moves towards you and is about to squish you, and then wait for the opportunity to go back. This part here isn't the part you want to destroy. You need to destroy the ship at that orb. Yeah, it'll fire shots when it's close to you, but fortunately they move very slow. Yikes. I'm starting to run out of room here. Please don't come any closer. Oh, thank God it moved away from me. I was worried that it might squish me. I need to get over on the other side and blast that stupid orb. Yeah, so far the bosses are generally quite easy in this game. That will change, of course. And there we go. On to level 4. And there are a total of 6 stages. Yeah, I kind of like this game. I was surprised. I wasn't sure what kind of shoot 'em up I'd get from Tecmo, but this is a good one. This is, of course, not the only shoot 'em up that Tecmo's done. Heck no, but they certainly weren't really known for their shoot 'em ups. the old game Star Force, which was by Tecmo, who later became known as Tecmo, has its followers, but they generally weren't known for shoot 'em ups. Like I was saying earlier, there are a total of 6 stages, and once you beat the game through the first time, then you have to beat it again with increased difficulty, and then the final stage will be a lot longer the second time around, and then once you beat that, you'll get the true ending. Every time you hear that little tone that you just heard, that means you got an extra life. And you get one, I think, like every 50,000 points or something. You can also pick up an extra life through some of the power-up icons. It's rare, but you can sometimes get it. And the power-up icons come from either certain ships, or they can come from little gray boxes that you can shoot. And as the game progresses, they'll come from those boxes more often. Ah, crap. But yeah, you do get a little bit of power up, but it's fairly weak, on your next life. Here you get to shoot through the walls. Oh crap! It's getting kind of tight quarters here. Ah, shit. I neglected to continue here, but I will show you the rest of the level, or parts of it, and the later levels as well. And then after I've beaten the game, I'll show you the final level of the second time around. And once you beat the game through and go through it again, it'll say Pro at the top, indicating that you've beaten the game once and are playing through it again. You gotta put in a lot of letters for your initials. That's pretty awesome. To spell out my name, I couldn't see the blank space, so I went with, I think, like apostrophes or something. Yeah, or maybe they're just dots, periods. But now I'll pick up where I left off. When you have to continue, you will be put back at either the beginning or the halfway point, depending on how far you got in the level. We'll scoot forward a little bit. This is just past the area where I died at, lost my last life on. And I put on invincibility from this point on. Later on, I used a rapid fire cheat, and that helped me get further in the game. Yeah, there will be power-up boxes hidden amongst the shootable walls. There's a couple more power-up icons. But yeah, you can sometimes get 1-ups through those power-up icons. And here's the boss of level 4. Shoots a lot, but you also have to watch out for his laser. And his laser can shoot 3 different directions. Kind of a dull boss, I think. But at any rate, now we move on to Stage 5. You can play 2 players simultaneous play. The first player is known as Side 1, and player 2 is known as Side 2. I'm taking requests, so if you got anything you want me to play for you, let me know. Just put a comment on any of my videos and I'll see it and I'll try to get to you. These guys, you have to destroy their body and then you have to destroy their head. We'll skip forward a little bit. Yeah, I was telling you about those blue ships. If you destroy them, you shoot them enough to destroy them, they're smart bombs. And they'll blow up all the other enemies on screen. Some of the weapon power-ups are in really tight quarters on this level. See? Isn't that nice? Whoa, look at all those power-ups I got. Excellent. But here is the boss of stage 5. Rapid fire is the rapid fire cheat is pretty darn awesome in this game. Let's go on the other side, press the flip button, and attack him from that side. I mean, I could just, with the invincibility cheat, you can go through the walls, you can go through the bosses, you can go through any enemy. And once I've destroyed him, it's on to the final stage, stage 6. I've never seen this in arcades. If you remember seeing this in arcades, leave a comment on this video and tell me where you remember seeing it. I get a kick out of hearing when people first saw a particular arcade game and where they saw it, whether they played it at first sight or not, or whatever. And here's the final boss. And again, when you play through the second time on the Pro setting, this final level will be a lot longer. See, this time around, you just go straight to the boss. Screw it, I'm invincible. I'm just gonna blow your frickin' head off. Don't bother with those worm things. They're just gonna keep regenerating. Just shoot his head. And that is the end of the game. That's Strato Fighter by Tecmo in 1991. You have won the battle against the final boss, Gangangi. The hell kind of name is that? It's about as stupid as Gigas, the World Heroes boss. We shall honor your win highly, and your achievement will be handed down as a hero by everyone. Congratulations. Go to professional stage. Good luck. Yeah, you automatically restart the game. Stage 1. But there's increased difficulty. The enemies will shoot more often. And see, it says Pro at the top. Now, just scooting back to, this is stage 6, the full version. You know, on the Pro setting. There will be different bosses that you face. There will be some rehashes of earlier bosses. Remember, that was the first boss. And yeah, I've still got invincibility. Now we've got shootable walls with more power-ups in them. The power-ups seem a little bit, or at least to me, they seem a little bit stronger in Pro, which, you know, really helps your helps your chances on this final level. There was a earlier boss. More destructible walls. I know a number of people have to work on Labor Day. I don't. I work for the government. I work for a veterans hospital, so I get all the major holidays. I'm a pretty happy guy lately. I just recently bought a new hot tub and works great. Been using it not a whole lot because it's so hot. A hot tub's much better to use when it's cold outside. So I'll get more use out of it in a couple months or so, but it's still really hot. We're gonna have another 100+ degree day coming up, and we faced this boss earlier too. Yeah, it's still really hot outside. It's getting really warm in my house, and I've got to open up the back door and have a fan blow in cooler air at night, which is what I'm doing right now. Look at all those power-ups. So nice. And now here is the Stage 6 final boss. Yep, this guy again. Love the rapid fire cheat. And the invincibility cheat is nice, of course, too. We're just gonna drill into this guy's head here. And now we'll see the proper ending to Strato Fighter. And you get a nice final bonus, I think, for each life that you had left. Yep. 40,000 for each life remaining. That is Strato Fighter by Tecmo in 1991. They didn't do a whole lot of shoot-em-ups, but this was a good one. A new battle is about to start. Oh, the game won't make you start over. Your game will just end. You'll have to put in another credit to start a new game. That's Strato Fighter by Tecmo in 1991, suggested by YouTube user Joey Ford. Very nice game. I like it. Good shooter. The logo for Tecmo was a rabbit. I think it was a yellow rabbit with a red shirt that said Tecmo on it. And I don't know when they started having that as their mascot. One of my favorite Tecmo games, period, was Tecmo NBA Basketball for the Sega Genesis. God, I love that game. That's my favorite NBA game. I don't play newer ones by any means. I just have such fond memories of that game. It's really, really easy. I liked sports games that were easy. I could beat the opponent by like 70 or more. That is Strato Fighter by Tecmo in 1991. Again, if you got any requests, make a comment on any of my videos and I will see them, and I'll write down your request. I might not be able to get it to work on MAME or something. I'll try to let you know if it won't work. Jahan P. Great name. would get my name legally changed if my last name were P. Wouldn't want my kids to get beat up at school. And there's the Tecmo rabbit leaning up against the word Tecmo. Well, that is... I'll just put in all A's. I like how the time runs down there. That is Strato Fighter by Tecmo in 1991. This is Crazy Climber Eddie saying thanks for watching Strato Fighter by Tecmo in 1991. A very cool shoot 'em up. This is Crazy Climber Eddie saying thanks for watching, and I will catch you later with another video. Keep those requests coming and have a happy Labor Day, everybody. Take it easy, folks. Bye-bye.